Young white boy came into prison and he was given a chocolate by one of the gangs. And as a 13-year, 12-year-old boy, he ate the chocolate. And that evening, they started to rape him. They raped their child for many hours. He cried, he screamed, he begged. No one helped him. I was there. I didn't help him. The next day, he was laying in a corridor naked in his own blood, shivering. And everybody jumped over him because he's a white boy. And just as I was about to jump over him, I looked at him. And something got hold of me. And I said to him, I think you should go to the cops. And he said, I can't go, sir. The criminals killed me. In that moment, at great risk to my own life, I picked him up and I took him to the wardens. And I said, this child has been violated. And they said, there's no proof. I said, look at the blood on my T-shirt. And they said, there's no proof. And I said, I'm going to give you all the proof in the world. And they laughed at me. And I remember when I was sentenced, Judge C.B. Sillier said, he asked me, before he sentenced me to 17 years, he asked me, tell me why I should not sentence you to a long prison sentence. Tell me why I should tell me in mitigation of your sentence. I stood up and I said to him, I don't want you to give me a lesser sentence. I said, I'm a colored male. You don't know how we grew up as colored boys. You don't know our story. It's too late for you to want to feel sorry for me. You should have felt sorry for all the other colored boys that died. I don't want your mitigation. Do what you want to do. I need to go. And he said he's never met somebody, he's never sentenced somebody that has a potential to become somebody in life. And Judge C.B. Sillier said, you are one of the most intelligent people I've had in my court. I'm sentencing you because I know you can make a change in your life. Went to jail, and I decided I'm going to help this boy, and he was white. And I called my mother. Now, one thing about women, that you get to learn that now. They know when they're being lied to. They just sometimes act like they don't know. So when we men lie, they know you lie, but they act like they don't know. So I called my mother. I said to my mom, Mom, I'm changing my life. My mother said, Amen, my child. What? I said, Mom, I need you to do something for me. She said, anything you want, my boy. I said, Mom, I need you to buy me a book on how to operate a secret video camera. My mom was so excited for my change. I asked for one book. She sent me 14 books to jail. I had to tear off the cover so people couldn't see what I was reading. Long story short, I read those books. I studied those books for 6 months. I read nothing else. And I took the money I made from drug selling in jail, and I told my sister, and I got another friend of mine to call his brother to bring us cameras. And we had to dismantle those cameras. We smuggled those cameras in bit by bit, screw by screw, part by part, wire by wire. And we made a video in jail of how they sell children in the sex trade in jail. We made a video of all the guns that's being smuggled. We made a video of how prisoners are truly being treated. And President Nelson Mandela President Thabo Mbeki then sent a commission called the Jali Commission of Inquiry. I was already 6 months before my release, but I came out of jail, and the 6 months, I was released early for good behavior. When I came out of jail, it is the norm. When you've been a general in jail, you come out, you must get a push, a start, what you would call seed funding to start your criminal empire. And I refused the seed funding, and I asked my mother. I was living by my parents' house, small house. And every day I would see, I was on parole, I would see those white kids in our neighborhood. And I asked my mother, what are they doing here? And she said, they're coming to buy drugs. And I said, which school are they at? She's like, Grey College, St. Michael's. Next morning, I went to the principal of the school and I said, your kids are buying drugs. I would like to tell them about the dangers of jail. And he allowed me to speak at Grey College to his children. After that, I was too embarrassed to ask him for money to go back home. Taxi money. But I can tell you they gave me good food. White schools got good food during break. If you ever want to go and you're hungry, go and give a good talk at a white school. They got even dessert. They don't just say thank you, Ralebua, utle hape. No, they feed you. And I walked home. When I got home, and this is story number 2. I got home, my mom was crying. I said, Mommy, why are you crying? She said, what did you do again? I said, Mom, I did nothing. She said, you lying. I said, Mom, I did nothing. I swear I did nothing. She said, you lying. I said, why are you saying I'm lying? She said, because there's a big white man looking for you. When you come from jail, you want to hear no white people are looking for you. I said, where is he? She said, behind you. I turned around and this man said, I'm looking for Gayton McKenzie. I said, I'm also looking for that bastard. I said, what did he do to you before I tell you what he did to me? He said, Gayton McKenzie went to my child's school today. Got 2 boys in that school. And he spoke about the dangers of jail. And my boys came back this afternoon. And the one gave me an unlicensed firearm and the other one gave me mandrakes. And they said they want to change their lives because they're scared of going to jail. And I want today to give Gayton McKenzie something. And he took out his checkbook. And I took out my ID book. And I gave it to him. And I remember he had the check in his hand and I said, don't give me a check. Give me a job. He said, yeah, I think I'll give you a job at my company. So he worked at a company called Chap Security. No, the whole car was branded Chap, 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 Chap. When I jumped in, my neighbor says, did you see? He got arrested again. They took him again. I went. I got a job in 2003. I was paid 1,000 rands a month at Chap Security. I had nothing. And I worked, and after a few months they called me in. And I remember one of the funniest things in my life. In jail, when you say no, this is what you do. When you say yes, because the warders look at you from the top. So when a guy says you have drugs, you go. It means yes to the 2 of you. But to the warden, it means no. So they asked, they said, Mr. McKenzie, you've been working here for 6 months. We took a bet that you wouldn't last 3 days. We want to give you an increase to 20,000. Do you accept? I said, they said, can you go stand outside quickly? So I went outside like, yes, yes, yes. Then I realized, hey, I just said no. While they deliberating, I wanted to come back. They said, no, wait. I said, no, I just want to say something. No, you're right. You've been doing a great job here. Will you accept 40? I said, yes, I will accept 40. I will accept 40. And they said to me, do you know how to be a motivational speaker? I said, yes. And I didn't really know how to be a motivational speaker. And there's a lady called Ria de Villiers, a white lady. And I went to her school. And I said, can you teach me how to be a motivational speaker? She took me under her wing. She taught me how to speak properly. Because I was from jail, I speak Sabella, prison language, I mix it, and it's a mess. And Ria took me under her wing. She taught me many things, how to eat with a fork and knife. She taught me so many things. And one day I heard a conversation